Good evening or good night, I guess, and welcome back to the channel. We are here at a big hotel right center town, Tucson, and we've been working for a few days. We actually started this job maybe a month and a half ago or so, maybe a month and a half ago. And when the stair treads come in, turned out they was defective, and uh, I don't know if you guys that do commercial work, I'm going to turn this around and let you see what I'm working with here. These are Johnsonite rubber stair treads, and they are for commercial work. I'll flip one over here and let you see what they look like. I'm sure that you guys, if you guys do commercial work, that you've seen them. Honey, will you hold this for me if you can? And anyway, they are tread and riser combo. So this is the tread, and then this curves up the riser there. So the first time when we got them in, the lip of them right here was beveled. It's like they come out of the mold wrong.
Talk loud.
If you can
Talk a little louder.
If you look, is that what somebody said?
No, but you're used to your mic.
Yes. Sorry. Excuse me about that. It looks like they came out of the mold wrong whenever they made these, and right here on the very edge of this, it's the same exact thing. Again, it was actually beveled just like this. So we took a new, is it showing up? We took a new order, which these stair treads are not cheap. They're like, to do both sides of the fire escape on each side of the hotel was like $20-something thousand just for these stair treads. And these rubber tiles to match. These go on the landings naturally, and these go on the steps. So there's like over $20,000 worth of product that was defective. So they put them off, and it takes like 2 months to get them back after ordering them. So it's been like 2 months since we've been over here. But when we got them back again this time, they was the exact same way. So the sales rep for Tarcap is actually here in Tucson, and we finagled around what to do, because these are actually supposed to, did you take all those?
I did.
Okay, well these actually, can you grab one? Perfect. Most of the time, whenever you see these stair treads, you just see them like that. They overlap like that. They go just like that is how you see them. Well, Johnsonite has now said that these are supposed to be cut and butted just like so. They're supposed to just seam right together on the riser of the stair. So with this beveled edge, they was looking really ugly. So the sales rep actually came over and we discussed it. What we ended up doing, Tarcap actually offered me more money to take and trim about 1/8 of an inch off of these lip right here to get rid of that bad. They said maybe a half an hour's worth of work per stair. I said, well, I told them what my hourly rate was, and I said, that's too much. We won't do that. We'll just do an extra $15 or $20 per step. And they emailed me back and said, will you do it for 15? I said, okay. So anyway, we get an extra $15 a step to trim this little bit off. So what I do, I lay it on the side of the wall and lay my straight edge down and just trim maybe 1/8 or 1/4 inch off of that. And then we was coming to butt them like that. And last time, whenever we came here, the contact glue that Johnsonite sent was over a year old, and it was not holding the risers or this on, or this lip right here on. So the same thing this time. Again, both times we had defective product here, and this time the glue is over a year old as well. So what it all boils down to is the sales rep finally said, okay, overlap them just like that. So that's what we're ending up doing. We're overlapping this part to this, which is how it's commonly done anyway. I've never in my life seen them actually seamed together on the riser like that. They're always overlapped. Even the ones that we pulled off are overlapped. So to make a long story short, even though you may feel like a small fish in a big pond or whatever, which it is good to feel that way about yourself. You don't want to feel all puffed up and feel like, oh, the world owes me everything. But at the same time, you can't let these big corporations, Johnsonite and Tarcap, take advantage of you. So whenever he'd come back and said, he asked me, would I trim this off? I said, sure, I will, but will you guys give me some compensation for that? Because that's going to be extra work. And then that's whenever he came back and said, how about an extra half an hour work? And then I just what I said a while ago, I said, it ain't worth that much, because it only takes like a couple minutes to trim that off. So anyway, we're getting an extra $15 to trim off that little bit. And I forgot the main point I was wanting to make on this video. It's late again as always, but yeah, if you ever come across this, don't let the big guys, the big dogs, the big manufacturers or whatever take advantage of you because you're a little fish or whatever, a little guy. Again, that's a good way to think about yourself. You don't want to get too haughty or lifted up in your own imagination or whatever, but at the same time, don't let them take advantage of you, and don't be scared of stuff, okay? These stair treads pay really good money to put on if you've never done them before. You don't have to be scared of them. You'll see, look at my camera equipment right there. I've actually got my stuff here. I'm doing a pretty detailed video on how to do these. So if you guys ever get the opportunity to do them, by all means, jump on them because they pay pretty good. And it ain't something that I do all the time. So whenever they offered me the job, I actually had to call around and get some prices on them. So I want to bring that out real quick too, how I get prices on stuff that I'm not too familiar with. How do I charge on stuff that I don't do every day? So what I do, I will call around carpet stores, and most of the time they will not tell you a price. They'll say, yeah, we're not going to do that if you're not going to go through us, so they won't tell you a price. Anyway, I will tell them, I'll be like, look, I got all these stair treads I need to put in, I'm working on a job and I have all these stair treads I need done. How much would you guys charge to do them? And they'd be like, well, if we don't sell the product, then we're not going to install them. I was like, well, can you give me some kind of idea? That way, if I call the next guy, I know I'm not getting screwed because I don't have a clue. I act like I'm a potential client, but I'm not actually lying to them because I am trying to find out how much it costs and stuff like that. So I called 4 or 5 different carpet stores, and I even called some back east where I'm from. And I take the high number and the low number, and then I split it right in the middle. I don't never go all the way to the top, but at the same time, I don't cut myself short. So I went right in the middle on the price, and because of the problem last time that we had, Tarcap compensated me last time because I actually did 1 flight of steps completely, and it was garbage. The stuff was not sticking, and it was just looking horrible because of this lip right here. So they compensated me for doing that flight of steps, and also this time they are giving me an extra $15 per step. So because of being patient with them and just talking to them like normal human beings, even though they are a big corporation or whatever, they're still humans. So I come out actually making $1,970 more on this job, and it turned out easier because I'm able to overlap it. I'm able to overlap it like so, rather than trying to seam it together like that. So Anyways, just even though they are big dogs or whatever, they're my multi-billion-dollar business or whatever, I don't know. But you can still talk to people. People are people, and they, a lot of times, they would much rather give me an extra $15 and per step to rip that off and then send it back and go through this whole process again and waste another 20 something thousand dollars worth of product again. So it was a win for them, and it was a win for me. So anytime you can get them like that, you know, you can say, well, I'll take care of that. You know, you just give me a little compensation or whatever, and naturally they're going to. Like I said, this is 20 something thousand dollars worth of product, and they did not want to eat that again. I'm sure it didn't taste good the first time that they done that. So talk it out with them. If you have an issue with something and you are able to fix it, just talk it out with them. And like I said, most of the time they're going to be willing to work with you because they don't want to eat that. Somebody say something? Okay. All right. Anyway, that's what I was wanting to get at. So I will, like I said, I am doing a very detailed video on this. I'll probably break it up into 3 or 4 parts in the demo, and then the reinstallation and the prepping the steps for it. You even have to do prep work to these stair treads and the tiles before you put them on the steps. You cannot just take them out of the box and glue them on. It don't work like that. So there is a lot of steps that you have to take in order to get them ready and to get them on the steps. So we'll bring that out in the video. And can I see that real quick? I know you guys probably think my wife, she just all the time stands around and looking pretty and holding the camera and stuff like that for me, but you guys will see her do some amazing work whenever I get these videos out. She does more, definitely, than stand around and hold the camera and look pretty. I promise you, she is a hard-working woman. And to all of you guys out there that think that you got the best wife, I'm sorry to break it to you. She is actually right there. So sorry about your luck, but I got her, and FBSB is out.